Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated nationwide from September 15th through October 15th to highlight the history and contributions of Hispanics in the country. And we are bringing you some local stories right here on Caller 10 throughout the month. And this morning, we are showing you a unique perspective of young people growing up in the Ozarks and how their identities are defined by the two cultures they experience. How do you say your name? Marilyn or Marilyn?
So it's in Spanish. It's Marilyn, but here everyone just reads it Marilyn.
Are you okay with that? Is that how you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to it now, and I like it, so it's okay. I like it both ways.
Marilyn, or Marilyn Arciniegas, was 10 years old when she and her family moved to Bolivar, Missouri from Venezuela.
I had to read with a Spanish and English dictionary so I could learn word by word. That was hard. I remember crying in class one time because I couldn't understand the teacher.
At such a young age, dealing with a gap between language and culture, a sharp distinction even more obvious in the school cafeteria.
School food. Yeah, school food was so much better in Mexico.
Giovanni Garcia was born in Springfield, but moved to Mexico and returned when he was 6. He now goes to Central High School. Marilyn went to Pleasant Hope and now attends Missouri State University, where she says she found more diversity than in high school, including other Latino students.
We could understand each other. We had the same food. We would listen to the same music. So that was really nice once I came to college.
Both tell me they keep their culture alive by visiting family, staying connected through technology, and of course, food.
We still eat pan de jamon during Christmas and arepas. My mom makes arepas.
We still have their recipes that we can make at home, even if we burn them.
Language is possibly the strongest ties to their background.
I want to say when I was younger, I was probably a little, I wouldn't say ashamed, but you want to fit in more and you just wanted to try to speak English as best as possible. But being bilingual is probably the best thing, one of the best things that has ever happened to me. So I'm always thankful for that.
So now that you're older, you feel more empowered by it?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
So you have probably heard the terms Hispanic, Latino, and most recently Latinx. And here's what they mean. Hispanic, per the Pew Research Center, means of Spanish descent or of a Spanish-speaking country. So, for example, Hispanic does not include Brazil, where the language is Portuguese, but it does include Spain. Now, Latino means from Latin America, which will not include Spain, but does include Brazil. Latinx is a newer term, as opposed to using Latino for a male or Latina for a female. This is a gender-neutral term. So I asked Gio and Marilyn which one they identify with.
I would say I identify with Latina/Hispanic.
Yeah, I prefer none of them. The comparison I'd make is if you ask someone who's Italian where they're from, they're going to say Italy, not Europe. And if I'm from Latin America, by definition, I'm Latino. But if somebody asks me, I'm going to say I'm Mexican.
But both tell me by now they also identify with their American lifestyle.
That ability to transfer from one culture to another is what I think that I have given them as inheritance. They don't have to separate it. It's more like it's a holistic view of identity rather than having to choose.
Gio's mom, Judith Martinez, says that's a uniqueness of their identity, having two windows into two different worlds that for them are really not separate.
I get the opportunity to be part of two cultures, essentially, and experience them both.
I'm always grateful that I get to know both languages and cultures.
Now, the Census Bureau estimates there were roughly 60.6 million people who identify as Hispanic in the United States as of 2019, making up 18% of the total population. In Springfield, 4.4% of the population identify as Hispanic or Latino.